slow. Looting enemy bodies takes ages, which results in your gang member friend constantly yelling at you.
I'll be right there. Wait a second. What's going on, everybody? Mal here. How you guys doing today? 2019. I told you guys that 2019 will be an awesome year. So many good stuff coming to 2019. So many good stuff. Wait a second. Focus on today. We're starting off 2019 with a very big right foot forward, the proper one, because we're starting with this. The HD58X Jubilees from Sennheiser and Massdrop, which are freaking amazing. And that's a dead giveaway that I'm gonna recommend this thing at the end. And see what I did there? Dead giveaway. I was so pumped when these, just appeared at my door. I was like plugging it in at everything that I could to listen to every piece of audio I could possibly try to listen to directly through them, and they did not disappoint. And because of that, I talked to my buddies at Massdrop to try and hook one of you guys up with a brand new pair of these things in the first ever giveaway off the channel starting off 2019. So stick around to the end so that you guys can know a little bit more about that, because after we're done with this review, you're definitely going to want a pair. But before we get on with the review, a little bit of cinematic B-roll. Oh boy, I'm still super excited. Been using this thing for a couple of months and I'm still like in awe. These things are impressive, like super impressive. And they get more impressive every time you consider everything that goes around with it. Starting off as we usually do with headphones, obviously, because, traditions. Price, because budget. And these things are based on a $500 pair of headphones. And when I say based, I guess it would be beneficial to explain to you guys what Massdrop does and who they are, in case you guys don't know in the first place. Yeah, let's do that. So Massdrop collaborates with brands like Sennheiser, and they get items like the HD58X, which is a $500 pair of headphones. Then they give it a little Massdrop paint job, some tweaks here and there to make it just right, and then you get a brand new product like the 58X Jubilees, which actually gets that name from being an homage to the original headphone that debuted this particular design, the legendary HD580 from Sennheiser. And the Jubilees, this beautiful piece of everything you should have on your head listening to anything, is $150. So $500, $150. $500, $150. $500, $150. For $150, just forget it. Don't waste your time. You are not finding a better headphone than this, if you can get one, because the drops, they only happen sometimes with specific amounts of units. So if the drop is opened and you see one of these, up for grabs, go for it. Totally. Already got my recommendation. Just go buy it. Now let's finish off the review. In case you're wondering, the grill, that's not fake like something you would see on a Razer headset. These are an open back pair of headphones, and I cannot recommend open back enough. I know there are a bunch of really high-end, awesome closed back pairs of headphones, but these things, I love the ability of open back headphones to breathe the audio out, and it's less claustrophobic. The experience for me, for my tastes, is much more pleasing. So yes, open back headphones all the way. You're definitely gonna get a couple of weird looks if you go sporting one of these on the bus or on the metro or subway or something like that. People are definitely gonna turn to you and say, "What are you listening to? Please tell me the name of the music." And I guess from that little joke you guys caught wind of what I was gonna say next. But when it comes to impedance or power, these are actually pretty easy to drive. They are 150 ohms with dynamic drivers and are very efficient. Efficient enough that this little piece of technology that basically every phone manufacturer in the world is using from 2018 onwards, the dongle, is enough to power it. I was actually powering it through my Pixel 2 XL, which doesn't really have a very good DAC inside, and this thing, and it was plenty, more than enough sound that the experience was pleasant. I didn't walk away like necessarily wanting more volume than what I already got, but still, they're obviously not the most efficient and easiest headphones to drive in the world, so I cooked up a little bit of a comparison with other headphones I own so that you guys can understand how much more volume you're going to be getting from other stuff that's easier to drive and more efficient than the Jubilees in the first place. But there are still like plenty, really. We're gonna get to that. Now, as you can see, they are efficient, and that amount of volume, like top end, is more than enough for a good quality listening experience. But when it came time to actually use it with my setup, I decided to test all the different options I had. And obviously, the amount of power that it versus my SHP 9500 would need is different. The 9500s are more efficient than the Jubilees, so I cooked up another little comparison just to show that. Now, you guys didn't see it wrong. Yes, these things are easy to drive and they're very efficient, but I do pass it through an amplifier before actually using it on a day-to-day basis. Why? Well, I used the Scarlett 2i2 as a DAC in the middle of the setup, and it has power enough to drive these things to volumes that I don't really feel comfortable listening to in the first place. But when I get that little SMSL amplifier in the middle, plugging it in directly to the Jubilees, the audio signal is just cleaner. So yes, just like basically every other headphone you'll ever see, these, even though they're easy to drive and they don't require that much, they are going to benefit from a DAC and an amplifier like everything else. Now, when talking about build-in comfort, I did say in the past that the design of the HD600 and the 650s are too clampy for me. And to be fair, I never used them for as long a period of time as I've used these bad boys right here. And right now I need to correct what I said in the past. They're not too clampy. They're just like a very snug, very precise fit. The best comparison I can make is like this. The SHP 9500s are really loose on your head. They're super comfortable, you don't even feel like you're wearing them. But when compared to these things, it's like the SHPs are a very big, comfortable, but big shirt. And these are a very, perfect fit shirt, just the right size for you. They can fit all the head sizes you can want. They breathe much more than what you would expect since this is velour. They have a little bit of a padding inside here to protect your ears from touching the driver walls, which is awesome, attention to detail. And this design, the engineering is practically flawless. This particular design has 20 to 30 years. It's completely capable of being taken apart by hand without the need of any tools. It's super lightweight, and the design itself makes it so that the structure distributes the weight in a way that this much padding on the headband and the ear cushions is more than enough to keep you comfortable for super long sessions of listening to whatever, or gaming or watching movies, or doesn't matter. Still speaking about the build, it comes with a pretty lengthy 6 feet long cable that's very well built, so take care of this thing. And just like the rest of the frame, if you brush up against the cable or the frame, you're not going to have much distortion or transference from, noise coming through to what you're listening to, and that's awesome. The cable is 3.5mm jack, and it comes with a 1/4 inch adapter on one end, and the other end is the Sennheiser proprietary little 2-pin prongs that you plug in on the left and right sides of your headphone, and you're done. Now, sound. Everything else we talked about thus far is absolutely useless if they don't sound good. And I obviously already gave it away, like I was gonna say it sounded amazing, because they do. Listening to everything on the Jubilees is a joy. One of the differences from the HD660S to this thing is a little piece of foam that they put inside each ear cup right between the grill and the drivers, which is the reason why you can't see the drivers in the first place, and that gives it a little more control over the mids, highs, and the low end, and especially gives you a little bit of an extra kick in the low end. It's a little bit more bassy, but in just the right amount and just the right way. You lose nothing or close to nothing in spatial awareness. The ability of this thing to accurately display the imaging of every different instrument you're listening to within that soundstage, which is amazing, is absolutely bonkers, flawless. Comparing it to the awesome SHP9500s, which is a entry-level headphone, yes, the soundstage is close to the same, but the SHPs feel like it's a big open room with a bunch of open windows, so there's a lot of air in the room mixed up with everything else. In this case, you're in a big open room, but the windows are closed. You just have a lot of space for the sound that you're going to be listening to stretch out and come back at you in just that right particular way that you know where it's coming from above, below, behind you, in front of you, and it's pleasant. Everything's pleasant. The accuracy, the cleanliness, the precision of everything that is presented here is, these things are, in gaming terms, broken. They're absolutely imbalanced. Again, gaming terms, I'm not saying that they are imbalanced. The headphone is not imbalanced. They sound so good, like so good, that a bunch of people actually say they prefer the sound signature that this thing brings to the table compared to the HD700, which is a much more expensive pair of headphones. But that also has its own kind of explanation, because these things are based on the 660S, and both of them share the same drive, which is a 700 drive, tweaked a little bit differently. So it's kind of understandable that some people might think that this thing is better than the 700. Not necessarily better than the whole headset, but depending on the sound signature you're most accustomed to or that you like the most, these might very well be the better option between the two. Insane. Absolutely insane. And this is why I just couldn't wait to talk to you guys about this and recommend this thing like 100%, like shouting to all the high heavens and the 7 seas. The problem is that the drop for this thing right now is closed. So if you want to go to Massdrop and buy one of these, you can't. You can commit in telling them that, yo, if you guys ever sell this thing again, I'm gonna want one. So go ahead and do that so that they can bring it back. But the very fact that this happens, and the fact that I lost 3 or 4 different drops for these things, because they've already sold like 20,000 units or something like that, made me all that more excited to talk to the guys at Massdrop and see if we could come up with this giveaway to hook one of you guys up with a pair of these. And they said yes, because the guys at Massdrop are awesome. So this is the part of the video that you guys have been waiting for, the giveaway stuff. Links down below in the description. It's super easy, gleam.io. It's an international giveaway courtesy of our awesome sponsors at Massdrop. So get yourself at least one chance at a brand new pair of Jubilees, because come on, for 150 bucks they are already insane, but for nothing, for $0, what the hell are you waiting for? Just click down below there and go do the stuff. And to help you guys do that, let's just finish off with the video right here. This warrants the recommendation like 100%. If you see the drop online, don't let it pass, grab one for yourself. Best 150 bucks you're ever gonna spend on a headphone. And honestly, if you take good care of it, you may very well never need another pair of headphones again. These are that good. So, that's been it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave any comments or suggestions down below as usual if you feel like it. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon to be notified of new stuff coming up. And 2019 is full of awesome stuff coming up, so stay tuned for that. Check out all the links down below in the description. The giveaway, the Massdrop site. Go over there, show them some love. They're awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Oh, and good luck.